So to sum up the SIG activities that we have done, so under the guidance of Dr. Acharya sir, so what have we done so far? We have finished the portal vein thrombosis guidelines. The first draft is ready. It will be circulated this week to all the authors. And second, I think we had discussed that we should start the registries last year. And I'm very happy to share that the draft of all the 4 registries are ready. And I would like to invite all the people who have contributed. There were volunteers we had asked for, and we got those volunteers who have done a fantastic job. So for portal vein thrombosis, Dr. Arun Walson had volunteered, and now he has prepared the draft and shared with us. Arun, are you here? For Budd-Chiari syndrome, Ankita Singh. Ankita, can we have you on stage? For NCPF, Ashish Goyal from CMC Vellore. And for rare vascular disorders, Suprabhat Giri. So I think these people have already prepared the draft. They're ready with the proforma. So I think a big round of applause for all these 4. They've done a brilliant job. So we have also drafted some rules for the registries. Everybody from India and abroad are welcome to contribute. You need to take your respective EC approvals for contributing to any registry. Those who do not have, who are an individual practice, they can take approval from independent ethics committees. And if you are finding any difficulty, please let us know. We can incorporate in our hospital, even for those who are in standalone practice, we will take approvals for you. The data has to be de-identified. So when you are sending us, please do not share the names or anything which can identify the patient. But you should, each one of you will get a code. But you at your level have to maintain a register so that in future, 10 years later, if we have to go back and find out whose data was this, which patient's data, at your site, you should be able to identify. That is very important because in future, if we ever have a regulatory inspection, then this is mandatory to have. So you need not send us the patients, on the registry, send the details, identifiers, but at your level, you should maintain a register where the identification establishment should be possible. This is not a one-time registry. Follow-ups should be entered. It will be very, very simplified proforma there. So it is not an exhaustive thing. The idea is that you should not take more than 10 minutes to fill up a proforma. So simple, you can either scan and email, or you can even click a photograph of the proforma in WhatsApp. And we'll share all those details with everybody. For the first 3 diseases, that is for Budd-Chiari syndrome, NCPF, and for portal vein thrombosis, anybody contributing 10 or more cases will be a co-author for the publications. For rare diseases, anyone contributing any case will be a co-author for any publication on that particular disease. It's a combined ownership. It doesn't belong to any one of us. It is a combined ownership of the INAZL vascular liver disease special interest group. Anybody who has contributed and is eligible to be an author, that is contributed 10 cases, can float the idea and request for data, and it shall be provided. All those who want to contribute, please write to me and Dr. Acharya, and we would then provide the data. So on that note, thank you very much. Anybody, any comments on the registries? Sir?
That was needed, and we have been discussing since the last 2 years.
Yes, sir.
And trying to get the registry on board. And it's nice that now we have started it. And now you have to invite people and...
Yes, so the biggest challenge is now we have to proactively get everybody on board. The next steps, one thing that we need to do is the nomenclature, PSVD versus NCPF. I think we need to do a survey and then issue a position statement as to whether we are going to shift to PSVD or we would like to stick to NCPF. And I would invite comments from the seniors here. Any thoughts, anybody? What should we be doing?
I think we see a lot of nomenclature changes in every disease. I don't think it is a correct option. I think when you start shifting the literature, if I see the literature, I will always find NCPF. the word which has been coined many years ago.
By Indians.
By Indians. And then suddenly you change it to PSVD. Does it make a difference in terms of the proportion of patients you are diagnosing? Does it make a change in terms of the progression of the disease? Does it make a change in evaluating the disease? Or does it make a change in treatment? I don't think any change is possible by changing the name. I call you Akash Shukla, somebody can call you Akash Singh. But you are only Akash Shukla. So I think for me, change in nomenclature is yet another way of getting one more publication globally. I'm just telling you. I'm very open in this.
I agree with you, Katie. It's not only that, it has created much more confusion.
Yes.
Now,
For it-
So even sir,
No, we had three terms.
sir.
I'm just finishing.
Yes, sir.
NAFL, 2020, when there was an outbreak of COVID, suddenly you find a gastroenterology journal with a full issue of MASLD. Then suddenly in 2023, you find the European group coming with MASLD. And there is a fight between MASLD and MAFLD. The Asia Pacific will in their recent Bali, they have mentioned only MASLD, not MAFLD rather than MA. So I think though we can do it as an exercise, but I think it is a
Sir, my question was not your personal opinions whether it should change or not, but whether we should go ahead and do this as a society. Should we carry out a survey and should we make our position clear? So if we are sticking to NCPF, we should make it clear that we are sticking to NCPF and that is what we are going to continue to use in the future. So I think as a SIG, it is our responsibility to take this initiative and do this activity. Sir.
I will agree with you because this has created PSVD, sinusoidal vascular disease, has brought in a lot of non-specificity.
Absolutely.
And if you see this non-specificity, I was discussing with you yesterday, has transmigrated to the pathologists who are doing biopsies. And now the biopsy reports are coming, the vascular remodeling of the liver, which means nothing. Now, this has resulted in not delivering any benefit to any individual patients. At least in non-cirrhotic portal fibrosis, which coin in the word, where patients we were distinctly defined. We also defined their natural courses. We also defined what is their clinical problem. We also defined how to treat it, right? Where here, now you don't know.
Yeah. So that's why, sir, you said
Various segments you don't know. That's why.
That's why we said, sir, it is the NCPF registry and not the PSVD registry. Okay. So the second was we need to start a registry for transplants for vascular liver diseases. I think this is not there anywhere in the world. Even the Waldeck doesn't have this. But again, we need a volunteer, somebody who would design it and would take the ownership of the whole process. So anybody from here would want to volunteer for that?
I think Suprabhat should volunteer.
So he is already doing the rare
It's all
disease.
right. He's a young man. He can do more work. Suprabhat.
Anybody, any volunteers?
With your boss, you can do it. Isn't it? Madhumita is there, with another young lady who is very dynamic.
Yes, I think Madhumita, you want to take this up? Okay, great. So I think Madhumita can take this up. Great. So the next thing is Budd-Chiari syndrome guidelines, and this we are planning to do between 7th to 9th February when we are having the Build 3.0 meeting, because as you know, we don't get any, there is no pharma involved in vascular liver diseases, and we are orphan group that way, and therefore we'll have to combine it with some meeting or the other. So we'll be doing it with the Build meeting on 7th to 9th February 2025. Very shortly we'll form the groups and we'll circulate it. So I think that was what I wanted to present, and any final comments from anybody? Otherwise we'll wind up. Professor Anand sir, you have not commented anything.
Thank you, Hassan.
Sorry. Thank you very much, all of you, for coming, and I'm happy as we grew with time, and now there are almost 40 people in the room. Thank you.